here in English 9. This will be the last main lesson that we have in the second quarter, although we've got 3 topics, or let me say subtopics, where we will discuss this one. Analyzing literature as a means of understanding and changing values in the VUCA world, or volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous world. You know what? When it comes on this analysis, especially in the literature, it offers a profound way of exploring and understanding unchanging values in the world marked by volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. And we need to approach the following here as we go on to discuss this. So let's go. As we know already, the word literature is defined as writings having excellence of form or expression in expressing ideas of permanent or universal interest. Kenneth Rexroth of Britannica.com, on the other hand, defines literature as a body of written works. The name has traditionally been applied to those imaginative works of poetry and prose distinguished by the intentions of their authors and the perceived aesthetic excellence of their execution. Throughout the years, universal human values remain perennial despite the inevitable changes in this VUCA world. The pursuit of man for peace, freedom, love, perseverance, respect, and knowledge is an unending process in the lives of mankind. So is true with the value of literature. So the study of literature remains constant in the academic world, not only because of the knowledge it gives, but also because of the timeless values embedded on it. You see, literature enables students to see the world in different perspectives and in different angles. Through reading literature, students develop a broader understanding of different cultures, history, and life's complexity. Poems, novels, drama, essays, short stories, and biographies are some of the literary pieces that students are entailed to analyze. The word analyze in its literary sense means to examine carefully a particular text. Remember, if we know for sure about the VUCA, or volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity, we're going to know the following, which are the following: timeless themes and universal truths, human nature and moral lessons, perspective and crisis, critical thinking and reflection, and cultural and historical continuity. So in a VUCA world, literature serves as an anchor that allows individuals to pause, reflect, and rediscover what it means to be human. And the stories remind us that even amidst uncertainty, there are unchanging values that provide meaning, direction, and cohesion in navigating life's challenges. In other words, as we analyze the following literature, whether it's a play, poet, or whatever it is, we can know for sure that even in the midst of changing world, there are unchanging lessons that we can learn as human beings. So let's go to the first part. Play. You see, in play, we already know for sure it is a work of drama, usually consisting of dialogue between characters and intended for theatrical performances rather than just reading. So to analyze a play, let's consider the following. We've got dialogue, theme, characters, what else? Tone, and also mood. As we go on to this, we must have to analyze the following. Let's go to the dialogue. It refers to the conversation that takes place among characters in a drama. Dialogue can reveal events, actions, and settings, as well as the characters' thoughts and feelings. Theme. What will be the theme of it? The basic idea of a play, point of view, or let's say, perception that binds a work of art. Also, we've got characters. Characters refer to the people involved in the story. What do we mean by that? While characterization refers to the process of creating a believable character by exploring the character's physical, social, and also psychological aspects of the role. And last but not the least, second to the last, tone. It refers to the writer's attitude toward the subject he or she is writing about. Also last, mood. It refers to the feeling the reader gets when reading. So concerning to this matter, especially in analyzing a certain play, we must have to know the following. Point 1, revealing timeless human struggles. Plays often depict characters navigating crises that are representative of broader societal issues. So, let's take for granted about the situations that happened in our world today, especially in our country. What happened in our society, the politics, nature, you name it. Second, moral and ethical dilemmas in complex situations. Plays frequently play characters in scenarios that challenge their beliefs and ethical boundaries, making them relatable in today's uncertain world. Like why there is still pain and suffering and other topics that we can discuss here in the play. Third, exploration of power and leadership. The portrayal of power dynamics in play helps illustrate the nature of leadership, corruption, and the consequences of ambition. Fourth, empathy and human connection. Plays create a space for empathy by showcasing the emotional and psychological struggles of their characters. So last but not the least, sacrifice and redemption. The theme of sacrifice is commonly explored in plays, highlighting the lengths to which characters go to love, honor, or a cause greater than themselves. So by this, we can recognize and analyze the play based on those points that I have mentioned. What about drama? You see, the readers will be acquainted with literary analysis focusing on the different elements of drama that writers use in highlighting the important concepts in their literary works. We already know for sure about the plot, wherein we've got exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. Also, when it comes to conflict, there are two types of it: external and internal conflict. We've got symbolism and also characters. So mind you, my friends, concerning analyzing drama, here's how drama plays a role in this analysis. Take note, we've got the plot, which is the series of related events that make up a story. We've got exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution, so to speak. We've got conflict, which is the energy of a story, the struggle that the character encounters in the text. There are two types of it, external and internal. In external, one character in conflict with another character or society. Internal may involve a character's struggle to make a decision or to overcome some feelings such as fear, suspicion, hostility, or sadness. Symbolism is often used in literature to paint colorful scenes. And also, characters. It refers to the people involved in the story. Now, here's how drama plays a role in this analysis. Point 1, exploration of human conflict and resilience. So we mentioned conflict there. Dramas are often built around conflicts that test characters' values and beliefs. Second, like the play, moral and ethical dilemmas. Dramatic literature frequently puts characters in a situation that requires them to make morally difficult choices. Third, like in play, empathy and understanding different perspectives. Drama allows readers or audiences to step into the shoes of characters facing complex challenges. Fourth, reflection of leadership and power dynamics, like in play, so to speak. Dramas often delve into themes of power, leadership, and governance, showing how individuals navigate authority under pressure. And lastly, enduring love and sacrifice. Many dramas highlight the value of love and sacrifice amidst volatile conditions. So you see, while in the plays with their compelling narratives and dramatic conflicts serve as a lens for examining unchanging values in a VUCA world. They present stories and grapple with moral, social, and ethical questions, offering lessons on resilience, leadership, and integrity that persist despite the chaos of the modern era. However, in drama, dramatic literature acts as a mirror to humanity, reflecting both the challenges posed by a volatile world and the enduring values that can guide individuals through such challenges. But what about poetry? When it comes on poetry, think about this for a moment. Literature is one way for us to hear the voices of the past and work with the present. It's a way for the present to connect to the possible future. You see, storytelling is one way for humans to reach out to other humans. It's therapy, confession, entertainment, and knowledge all in one. So, why do we study it? Especially when it comes on poetry, so to speak. You see, we learn about history we did not experience, customs we are not familiar with, or that lead to what we do and perform now. Hear voices of men, women, children, dragons, elves, slaves, aliens, and other characters in order to spark imagination. We learn to think outside the literal box by reading. It forces your mind to picture places and experiences and activates our gestalt thinking, which is crucial next to just spitting back information. Lastly, we can also relate to a character, whether it's real or fictional, that may have or is going through an experience like us, or who is going through an experience that we would like to have, or through an experience we would like to avoid. You see, sometimes change is inevitable. Sometimes we are willing to go about it, and sometimes we are caught by surprise and just go with the flow of things. We learn to adapt, comply, and understand every little thing by constantly changing. But we also learn to stick to our beliefs even though times are doing otherwise. You see the following unchanging values in a changing world today. Like, we are living our own rhythm despite living in a hectic world. We value ourselves even though the world tells us to give more to other people. We prioritize our family even though the world makes situation to make us want to be independent. And you see, on volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous world, although we are living in this kind of situation, still, every single human being is still living based on what we call objective moral values and duties, what is good and moral, so to speak. Before anything else, concerning to the poem, before we begin, let's discuss this. Volatility refers to the speed of change in an industry, market, or the world in general. And let me speak in Filipino. Bawat taon, bawat oras, may mga pagbabago nga na nangyayari. Kung ikukumpara po yung mga batang 90s noon sa ngayon, there are many changes that happen today. And whether we like it or not, we must have to reconsider those points. Kasi at the end of the day, ganun po talaga ang ganap. Uncertainty refers to the extent to which we can confidently predict the future. Part of uncertainty is perceived and associated with people's inability to understand what's going on. Uncertainty, whether we like it or not, kahit sabihin natin na alam na natin yung gagawin, alam na natin yung mangyayari, but at the end of the day, hindi po talaga natin alam kung ano po ang susunod. Madaming mga pangyayari na hindi naganap sang-ayon sa kagustuhan ng kahit sino and some sort. However, even in the uncertain aspects of life, still, sulong po tayo, kumbaga. How about complexity? It refers to the number of factors that we need to take into account, their variety and the relationships between them. The more factors, the greater their variety, and the more they are interconnected. The more complex an environment is. Kung ang tingin kasi natin, mga kapatid, mga kaibigan, yung mundo natin parang ano lang, we don't even think or we don't even realize na mayroon talagang mga changes na nangyayari as of this recording. And lastly, ambiguity. It refers to a lack of clarity about how to interpret something. Minsan pa nga, mag-aminan tayo. Akala natin naintindihan na natin ang ating mga sinasabi, binabasa, sinusulat, napapakinggan. Pero maya-maya, yun pala hindi. Diba? So, whether we like it or not, we are living in this world na punong-puno ng mga uncertainty sa buhay. So, when we analyze literatures like poetry, banggitin ko na yung poetry, doon natin mare-recognize na andun pa rin yung values na dapat nating matutunan kahit sa kabila ng mga pagbabagong nangyayari sa ating mundo. So, you see, let's go to mention or discuss how poetry can highlight unchanging values in such a world. First, timeless themes and human resilience. Sa mga mahilig magtula, yung mga makata dyan, nakatulad ko. For example na lang, noong panahon ng pandemya, madalas akong nagsusulat ng mga tinatawag na mga maikling mga tulain o let's say, antolohiya ng mga tula kung saan ine-express ko yung mga nangyayari sa paligid. Like, for example, the hypocrisy of some people, about the willingness to do something for the better of our fellow men, nationalistic minsan ang dating, o kaya, because I am in apologetics circle kasi, excuse me, sometimes I use that poetry to present the case for the reasons why I believe in God, why I believe in Christ, and some sort of it. Kasi pagka literary analysis kasi, especially for that, doon makikita yung mga symbolism, yung mga paggamit ng mga words na pinipresenta, and how to understand those terms. O kaya, sa iba pang mga tao na mayroong ibang paniniwala, ganoon din yung kanilang ginagawa. Diba? Kaya nga, poetry often explores fundamental themes, gaya ng pagmamahal, pag-asa, let's say yung kalayaan o kasarinlan ng bansa, at yes, it's true, pati kamatayan ay naididiscuss din. Values that remain relevant regardless of external chaos. So whether we like it or not, kahit pa noong panahon pa man ni Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, even sa panahon ni David, even sa panahon ng Panginoong Jesus, even sa panahon ng mga historical events na nangyari like in, let's say, Luther, yung panahon ni Charlemagne, what else? Ferdinand Magellan, Lapu-Lapu, Rizal, Villalobos, Quezon, Kepler, you name it. Kahit magkaiba man minsan yung mga situations, isa pa rin yung tema. Timeless kasi. Also, embracing change while holding to core values. I remember the four core values na dapat nating maalala. Maka-Diyos, maka-tao, makakalikasan at makabansa. You see, ang mga manunula o makata, they frequently capture moments of upheaval and transition. Yet, their work underscores the human capacity to uphold values amidst uncertainty. May mga sulatin like San Noli Me Tangere at El Filibusterismo ni Dr. Jose Rizal, right? Wherein it was written in the context of what happened in the Spanish period. Pero yung mga values dito, yung mga events na nangyari, it sounds like parang nakulit. Kaya minsan yung sinasabi na history repeats itself, it still happened. Empathy and shared human experience. Poetry fosters empathy by providing intimate glimpses into personal and collective experiences. We can see it in the songs, poetry, and others. Also, moral reflection and ethical insights. Poetry often compels readers to reflect on moral and ethical values. Halimbawa na lamang, yung sa, let's say, yung tungkol sa, saan ba yun? Let's say for example, ang hindi marunong magmahal sa sariling wika ay higit pa sa hayop at malansang isda. And even yung mga tinatawag ng mga salawikain, pwede po natin ma-recognize yan as moral reflection and ethical insights then. Also, we've got symbolism and depth of meaning. Poetry's use of symbolism and metaphor allows it to capture abstract ideas and universal values. So kung mapapansin nyo po, ang mga tula ay punong-puno ng simbolismo, so to speak. Lastly, hindi po mawawala ang mensahe ng pag-asa at pagtubos or hope and redemption. Poets often address themes of hope and redemption, suggesting that even in the most chaotic times, there is potential for growth and renewal. Therefore, analyzing poetry helps illuminate unchanging values that remain crucial despite the VUCA nature of the world, through the exploration of timeless themes, moral reflection, and emotional depth. Poetry provides insight into values like hope, resilience, empathy, and courage. Doon pa lamang po sa tatlong halimbawa ng literatura o panitikan. Even in English subject or Filipino subject, basta may kinalaman po sa panitikan, so to speak, doon po natin makikita yung pagpapahalaga sa values ng bawat isa, let's say objective moral values and duties, yung ano ba yung dapat matutunan ng bawat tao, anuman po ang sitwasyon na naranasan. And you as a student must have to realize this, kasi even in this changing world na kung saan puro na po tayo Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Mobile Legends, and whatnot, hindi po dapat mawala yung 4 core values na yan na lagi po natin binabanggit: maka-Diyos, makatao, makakalikasan, at makabansa. You see, if we think literature is nonsense, then think again. Isa pa, binigyan tayo ng Lord ng katalinuhan at karunungan na makapag-isip ng mabuti, magnilay-nilay, mag-reflect, mag-analyze, gamitin ang critical thinking. So, I hope and I'm praying na even in this topic, we should recognize the importance of literature and how shall we learn based on what we have read. So, thank you guys for listening to this, although ito po ay halos 30 minutes na po sa ating discussion, and I hope you have learned a lot about the importance of analyzing literature even in this world na may mga changes na nangyayari. So this will be our last lesson for second quarter in English. Thank you so much for listening. See you on our next video lesson.